Hello and welcome to another episode of the English Success Podcast. My name is John.
And I'm Sarah. We're thrilled to have you with us today.
In this episode, we're going to explore the power of language immersion and how it can dramatically improve your English skills. This method has proven to be one of the most effective ways to learn a language. And today, we'll be sharing tips, techniques, and personal experiences to help you immerse yourself in English.
Absolutely, John. Language immersion allows you to experience the language in its natural context, helping you pick up on nuances and phrases that might not be covered in traditional learning settings. So let's dive into the world of language immersion.
1. The importance of language immersion. First, let's delve deeper into why language immersion is so important. When you immerse yourself in a language, you give yourself the opportunity to learn how it's used in everyday situations. This means you'll become more familiar with accents, idioms, and sentence structures often missed in classroom settings.
Yes, and immersion helps you grasp the natural and fluent use of a language. It provides you with the skills to understand different contexts and situations where certain phrases or expressions might be used. For instance, consider the difference between formal and informal speech. When you immerse yourself in English, you learn when to say, "How do you do?" versus a simple, "Hey, what's up?" in casual conversations.
That's a great point, Sarah. And let's not forget that immersion gives you a chance to learn cultural nuances, which is an essential part of mastering a language. Understanding culture helps you interpret conversations and respond appropriately.
Exactly, John. Cultural understanding is vital for building relationships and making meaningful connections with native speakers. Whether it's knowing when to use humor or understanding social cues, immersion helps bridge these gaps.
2. Ways to immerse yourself in English. So, how can you effectively immerse yourself in English? There are numerous ways to do this, even if you don't live in an English-speaking country.
One effective method is to surround yourself with English media. Watching English movies and TV shows not only exposes you to different accents, but also introduces you to various slang and colloquial terms. Remember, subtitles can be your best friend here, especially in the beginning. You can start by watching with subtitles in your native language and gradually switch to English subtitles as your skills improve.
Reading is another powerful tool for immersion. You can start with books that match your current level and gradually move on to more complex materials. Try reading English newspapers, online articles, or even short stories. A tip here is to keep a vocabulary journal. Whenever you come across a new word, jot it down along with its meaning and usage.
Absolutely, John. And let's not forget about listening to English music or podcasts. Songs are a fantastic way to learn pronunciation and rhythm. Plus, they often stick in your mind, making it easier to remember new vocabulary.
Engaging with native speakers is also crucial. If you have friends or colleagues who speak English, practice with them. It doesn't have to be a formal conversation. Simple everyday interactions can significantly boost your confidence.
If you're in a place where you don't have access to native speakers, technology can be your ally. There are numerous apps and online platforms where you can connect with people from around the world for language exchange. Not only do you get to practice English, but you also get to teach someone your native language, which can be quite rewarding.
Language exchange is indeed a win-win situation. It's also a great way to learn about different cultures, which, as we mentioned earlier, is an essential part of language learning.
3. Sharing immersion experiences. Let's share some personal experiences that highlight the benefits of language immersion.
I have a friend who wanted to improve his English skills, so he enrolled in an English language program in college. At first, he was hesitant to speak, worried about making mistakes. But over time, through immersion, he gradually improved his speaking skills. He started watching English TV shows, listening to podcasts, and even joined a local English-speaking club. The real turning point was when he traveled to an English-speaking country for a short vacation. He found that being surrounded by the language 24/7 forced him to use what he had learned, and his confidence soared.
That's a fantastic example, John. My experience was a bit different. I spent a summer in London as an exchange student. Being there, I was forced to use English for everything from ordering food to attending lectures. Initially, it was overwhelming, but I quickly adapted. What helped me the most was interacting with locals and asking questions whenever I didn't understand something. By the end of my stay, I was thinking and even dreaming in English.
That's incredible, Sarah. It shows that real-world application of language skills can make a huge difference in the learning process.
Exactly, John. And the key takeaway from both our stories is that making mistakes is okay. It's a natural part of learning. The important thing is to keep pushing forward and not let fear hold you back.
4. Useful tools and resources for immersion. Let's talk about some tools and resources that can aid in language immersion.
Language learning apps like Duolingo, Babbel, and Rosetta Stone offer exercises and lessons that adapt to your learning style. These apps provide a structured way to practice daily and track your progress.
Audiobooks are another excellent resource. They allow you to listen to English being spoken naturally. Start with something simple, and as you become more comfortable, challenge yourself with more complex material. Listening to an audiobook while following along with the text can enhance both your listening and reading skills.
Podcasts are also a treasure trove of language learning. There are podcasts for every interest, from technology to travel. Try listening to a podcast on a topic you're passionate about, as this will keep you engaged and motivated.
Language exchange apps like HelloTalk and Tandem connect you with native speakers worldwide. These platforms offer text, voice, and video chat features, providing a comprehensive way to practice your skills and receive feedback.
And let's not forget online courses and forums. Websites like Coursera or edX offer courses taught by native English speakers. Meanwhile, joining forums like Reddit's language learning communities can connect you with fellow learners and experts who can offer advice and support.
Yes, and remember to make use of English subtitles when watching videos. It's a simple yet effective way to improve your comprehension and vocabulary.
5. Tips for effective language immersion. Finally, let's offer some practical tips to make your language immersion experience successful.
First, immerse yourself in English as much as possible. Change the language settings on your phone and computer to English. Try thinking in English, and when you're unsure of a word, look it up instead of translating it from your native language.
Another tip is to set realistic goals. Whether it's learning a new word each day or having a 5-minute conversation in English, small achievable goals can keep you motivated and focused.
Regular practice is crucial. Dedicate a set time each day for language practice, whether reading, writing, speaking, or listening. Consistency is key to language learning success.
Don't shy away from challenges. Try listening to a podcast without subtitles or reading a book above your current level. Pushing your limits can accelerate your progress.
Lastly, embrace mistakes. They're an inevitable part of the learning process. Use them as opportunities to learn and grow.
Remember, language learning is a journey, not a destination. Enjoy every step of the process and celebrate your progress along the way.
Well said, Sarah. We hope you found today's episode insightful and inspiring.
Thank you for joining us on English for Success.
We wish you all the best in your language learning journey. Until next time, goodbye and happy learning.